Well, that didn't tell us much. That's one of my favorite lines from one of my favorite films, Gangs of New York. Shout out to anybody who knows which scene I'm alluding to. Did Anthony Yarde manage to carve Alex Theran up like Bill the Butcher? Well, not really. Alex Theran turned up for a paycheck. From the opening bell, he was looking for a comfy spot on the canvas to lay down. He found the first excuse to lay down. I don't know how many seconds it was into the first round, but he got hit with a left hook to the body. And look, Anthony Yarde is a big, strong, light heavyweight. He can definitely punch, but they didn't look. And when I say they, I'm going to talk about the second knockdown as well, which was also a left hook to the body. Neither of those shots looked or sounded like anything close to Anthony Yarde's full power. They looked pretty innocuous, both those shots. And I know through experience boxing myself and watching boxing over the decades, if you hit a guy in the right spot in the floating rib, you don't even need to have that much power behind it for him to go down and not be able to breathe. But that's not what I saw here with Alex Theran. He went down voluntarily. He hadn't had the wind knocked out of his sails. He just turned up for a paycheck, like I say, to find a comfy spot on the canvas, and that's what he did. So, as I said at the start, that didn't really tell us much, did it? And what did it do for Anthony Yarde to just get out against a pudding like that who didn't try and fight back? And actually, you know, the commentator on BT, there was Richie Woodall, then there's the other commentator. I can't remember what the other commentator's name is, but I really have to call both of them out for acting like this was some type of devastating knockout. Because that's how the commentators were acting, as if Yarde did something spectacular to this guy. He barely touched the guy. And they were talking about, oh, he just couldn't take the Yarde power. Are you serious? The guy turned up for a paycheck. He didn't even try. He went down at the earliest opportunity. As soon as he got caught with anything remotely clean, he was like, okay, now's my chance. Unbelievable. And what really was the icing on the cake with a cherry on top is when Theran was given oxygen. I mean, talk about theatrics. Giving this guy oxygen after taking those little taps to the body like that. Come on, bro. And like I say, Anthony Yarde can punch, but that wasn't even close to the way he can really hit you in the body. Those were kind of like positioning shots, where he was just trying to get the guy into the right position to then load up and land something more meaningful. And somehow this guy, or maybe it was the medical team, are acting like he needs oxygen after that. Jeez. I mean, that guy couldn't even qualify for shadow boxing in most gymnasiums, if that's how fragile he is. Dear, oh dear. Anyway, let's see what's next for Mr. Anthony Yarde, whether he manages to secure that rematch with Lyndon Arthur, or he fights somebody else like, I don't know, a Callum Johnson. That's his stablemate. Even Hosea Burton, what's he doing at the moment? He hasn't retired or anything, has he? And who promotes him right now? Is he with Frank Warren? Is he with Eddie Hearn? I don't know who he's with. But that was a fight which Hosea Burton was really pushing for a couple years back. Maybe now would be the time to do it if he can't get that Lyndon Arthur rematch. There's also people like Craig Spider Richards out there. I believe he's an Eddie Hearn fighter, isn't he? I lose track sometimes. Eddie Hearn's got so many fighters, and many of them used to be with Frank Warren and other promoters. But I think Spider Richards is with Eddie Hearn, and of course he's got Joshua Buatsi. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Who you'd like to see Yarde in with in his next fight, and who do you think is most realistic, because they might not be the same thing.